Hi, good evening. Tonight we're going to be adding structured data to our site. Now, this is actually one of the last things that I'm going to be doing before we deploy, which is really exciting for me. Yeah, anyways, this is in theory pretty simple. We'll see if it actually ends up being that simple because, I always say that and then it never is, but hopefully it is actually that simple. I was just looking at a few blog posts and whatnot, and I believe I'm gonna pull this screen over here. I believe all we need to do is throw this in a little script tag at the top of my component. So yeah, I'm really just gonna go here, look up structured data React again, because there is a certain way to do it. But I believe it is really just, yeah, it's just this. So yeah, nothing fancy. Now, the one thing that I am gonna have to do a bit of research for is not research, but just documentation reading is how to actually um, structure my structured data, because there is a whole thing about that. And this is just, yeah, well, as you can see, it's quite a lot. Um, there's quite a few different ways you can go about this, but in theory, it should be pretty simple. For instance, here, we're just going to choose the article, and there the article structure data, and then we can just use this as a template, basically. So yeah, that's it. It shouldn't be that painfully hard, but yeah. So I'm gonna slide this back over here now, and we're go over here, and just to start, we are going to define structured data like this. This is just an object. And so to start, this is an article in structured data land. So we'll give it the context that it needs, and then by the type, which is, as I just said, an article, or in this case, actually a news article. That's one thing that I really don't like about structured data is that the naming conventions are a little bit weird sometimes, but that's okay. Now the headline is going to be, let's see, headline should just be the title. No, question is where do we get the title? It should be, and actually I just realized before I do anything else here, I'm gonna want to go down to here and define it here so we can actually use the data that we have because otherwise, well, yeah, it wouldn't be great, you know? But yeah, so we'll go up here, make sure that, yep, okay. So that is our headline, and then we need to give it an image. And I'm not too sure if Google wants a uh words are escaping me as they do every night. I'm not sure if Google wants a URL to that image or if they'd be satisfied with a blob. I think I can simply do data at thumbnail, but I'm not too sure, so we'll see. um, and then we need a date, date published in here. We need a date published, and I'm actually gonna have to look at my API for this. And by look at my API, I mean go here and look at what this is actually returning. So yeah, in this case, get post. The response, we have the created date and the updated date, so that should be wonderful. The only thing here that I'm not sure about is I don't know if we need a certain type or a certain date time format, so I might have to come back to that and change something at some point, but yeah, for now it should be fine, but we'll see. All right. Anyways, let me look at the guidelines just in case this is not standard. This should just be a Unix timestamp, so it shouldn't be a big deal. but nevertheless. Okay, so yeah, let me just look at that. Structured data preferred timestamp. Oh, okay, that does not. Oh, jeez. Okay. Is that the same thing as Unix timestamp? Just because, yeah, that'd be a lot nicer if it was Unix. No, okay, actually, to be fair, that is AI generated. So, yeah, to be fair, I don't. I feel like I'm just gonna roll with a Unix timestamp unless I can find Unix a JavaScript library really fast. Unix timestamp to ISO 8601 JS or just a function or anything. I would okay, well, I don't have a timestamp like that. Um, I could potentially try to just use this and see if it will handle. Actually, I should double check and make sure that this does not. I'm very sure it's not in ISO 8601, but that maybe it is actually. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm not using a Unix timestamp for this. Okay, well in that case, um, yeah, that makes my life very easy. All I need to do is to have this slide back over, and then go back to what we're doing here, which is just data at created date, and then comma, add a comma, and then add a date modified. This will be data at, let's see, it should be updated date. And then we just need the author field. And this is nothing fancy. It's just a list of all the authors. In this case, it's only a single author. So we have a type and type as person. And then the author name is, let's see, author name should be data at user at username. I'm not going to do first name and last name because first name and last name are optional fields. So yeah, I'm just going to use username. If Google is mad about that, then they will be mad about that. I don't really care. Um, then we'll add a URL. And it's going to be really simple. This is just going to be, actually, what is it? I think it's accounts is the base URL. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I'm very sure it is, but let me see. Oh, it's homepage username. So it should be slash homepage plus data at username. Now the only other thing here is I don't know if that will resolve to. I don't know if Google can resolve that correctly, so we might need to change that at some point. But yeah, I think that's okay. Because it would certainly make sense that it would be okay. But I should certainly consider trying to trying to just add in the URL there at some point. But for now, I think we'll leave it. I think that's, in my opinion, that should signify what that should signify where the home page is. So yeah, and if I can spell structured data correctly, actually, and I just realized I'm very sure that Google has a structured data checker or something like that. So yeah, I just need I should do that at some point. and run it through that. But anyways, we should just be able to throw this into a script tag, and we also going to need a React fragment around that. The bottom here, and throw the React fragment around that, and then go back up to here, around that. I think this should be type, and the type should be application. Fine. Oh, application slash LD plus JSON. So application slash LD plus JSON. Is that right? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Then I think I should need to dangerously set in your HTML to this. And yeah, everything in there should be fine. So let's dangerously set in your HTML. I'm gonna go back to that little blog I had open here because yeah, a little bit lazy, but that's okay. Yeah, so just dangerously set in your HTML to that. Okay. HTML is JSON dot stringify structured data. Okay, let's go see if that renders correctly now. All right, so that in itself looks okay. Let's go here and to root. Oh, I need to actually go to here. Then, okay, so oh, that's so much stuff. Okay, this is my title, image. Yeah, there's no image. Date published, gives a date, and then gives a date modified. Then there's person, name it's Oscar, and then it gives my homepage. Okay, so that looks good. Again, the only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that, but I will run that through a checker after I make this video, or whatever Google's syntax checking thing is. I don't saying checker is a little bit too random. Let me just add a little note there. Okay, and the only other thing that we need to do now is add structured data for the homepage, which should be very, very, very similar to what we just did. Yeah, so we're just going to go over to homepage.jsx, and apparently we can delete a few of these because I didn't realize that we don't use them anymore. Delete that, delete that. Oh, I can delete that. Wonderful. Yeah, so let's go here and again, we'll really just do the same thing. Do constant structured data is equal to whatever. In this case, we can need to go back here and look for what we want. I think it should be profile page. That would sound right. Let me look at like the type of data we would have here. Yeah, see this would look appropriate, I think. Yeah, I think that would be all right. So actually hold on. My brain is going everywhere as usual. I'm just gonna go back here. I'm just gonna note that I should also clean structured data later. Just to make sure that that no one somehow manages to get data in there. I think React does that already, but still. Okay, so let's see what else we got. We got FAQ. It's not the actually. I should add structured data to my FAQ as well. Also add to FAQ. That would definitely be wise. But let's see what else we got. We have article, book action, carousel. That's not interesting. That's not interesting. That's not interesting. Event, fact check. That's interesting. That's not interesting. Profile page. Well, yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure just profile page should work just fine. So yeah, let's take a look at this. And if the profile page also includes the creator's recent activity, include markup URLs and objects to reference the page with the full content and markup. For example, this is one possible markup structure. Okay, so that would be kind of neat if I could include that. So I will also do that. Okay, so just for basics, we'll just start with this. I'm gonna slice over to my other monitor again, just so I can see what I'm doing. Not to swap back and forth constantly. So again, we have our context, and this will just be schema.org. I actually forget exactly what that means, but that's fine. Google tells me to do it, and Google is always right, of course. So that is sarcasm, by the way. They created is equal to, let's see, I believe if we are using, in this case, I should look for where setting set does user exist. Yeah, we're just using user info. I think it should just be user info created date. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm very, very sure that that is what it is. And date modified should be user info at modified. Oh, my updated date actually. Updated date. Okay, and then we have a few other fields, or not a few other fields, a few big other fields actually. First we have this. This is actual, yeah, this is really the main big other field that we have, as well as a few other ones. But this isn't that fancy. So we have type person, and we have their name. In this case, I'm actually going to use the first name and last name because we are given an alternate name. It's an option. So this will be user info at first name plus space plus user info at last name. And then we'll have our alternate name set as user info at username. And the identifier, I don't know why it wants an identifier, but giving Google my primary key for a user is not really dangerous at all. So I will probably go ahead and do that. But let me look if it's actually being sent. If it's not, I'm not going to worry about it too much, just because I'm not really sure where or how they would be using that. So because that's probably not a great reason to not use it, but you know. Okay, so this looks like, yeah, we're not saying the ID through, and I'm not changing everything just to add the identifier. Is that lazy? Yes, probably so. Do I care that much? No, probably not. The one thing that I do want to look here is would adding followers help? Because that's I don't really want to add followers. I'm not too wild about that. At least for now, maybe later. Interaction counter. That's like uh, right action. I'm not really concerned about that. The one other thing here that I'm going to add is the description. That's definitely worth including. So here, let me slide over to my other monitor yet again. So here we'll have an interaction statistic, and so it looks something like this. And here we'll have type be. Actually, we don't need a type here. I think we just need. Yeah, actually, I don't think we even need to put an object just for the description. I think we just need to do something like this, where we have the description set as user info at. Let me look over here again because I forget. I believe about me. User info at about me. And then, yeah, let's see what else we need. I don't think we need anything else at the moment, but I'm not sure. Oh, so I delete that. I don't need that. Wait, do I? I'm going crazy. Oh yeah, I do. I'm losing it. Okay. You have the description, like that. And then let's see what else we need. We have the image, and then I'm not gonna worry about the same as field for now. Yeah, there's just not really until I really deploy this. There's not much of a reason to try and worry about getting someone's GitHub linked here. We'll just include their image. So in this case, the image is actually, sorry, I should go in here. The image is user info. Oh, I need to close this. That's why it's mad at me. There we go. As actually, don't need to close that. I just need to do that. There we go. Okay. It's just user info at profile picture. Oh, jeez. Picture. Every now and then I can spell. And then let's figure out what I'm doing wrong here syntactically. Because I'm doing something wrong here, but I don't know what it is. I can be a bit silly sometimes. I think we're good with this now. Nope. Okay, so you have that, and then that all looks fine. Okay, so yeah, it is an issue there. I just don't know what the issue is, because oh, we do. I think we need. Wait, no, we don't need that to be wrapped with. Uh, yeah, no, we don't have to have it wrapped with anything. Um, we have user info about me, and then okay, that's weird. Well, I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now, just because I want to get done with this, so I can end the video and not let it run on for too long. I'm just gonna copy this over here, uh, and we will call it a night at least for the video. Okay, so yeah, a little syntax error there. I'll figure that out later though. If you have watched this long, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye bye.